Hey, hey, hey. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. I'm your humble host, Fizz Ed Music, and this right here, this is Urban Politics. I want to thank you all for liking and subscribing as you do. Please, as soon as you have a chance, take a little cell phone over to YouTube, like and subscribe. Fizz Ed Music, Urban Politics. But without further ado, I want to jump right into it like a car and drive because there's all types of tasty and delicious politics to sink our teeth into. But before I even get into that, let me tell you why today I'm kind of out of uniform. Usually I like to dress it up when I come to you, right? Today, I'm repping my lady right here, Rosa Parks. Now, I'm repping this shirt right here because some interesting stuff happened to me earlier today. Earlier today, I was getting an oil change, right? There's a guy in there, of course, some politics comes on the TV while we're at the Firestone. And, right, so I'm looking at it. And of course, it's political news, so they're talking about Trump. And he was saying, he asked me, did I get into UFC? I said no, because I don't. I don't mess with any of that. I hear people talk about it, but I don't mess with the UFC. But then, he said, I said no, but I told him, I said this stuff to me is like UFC, politics. And if you watch the show, it is. It's like, it's a blood sport to me. I love politics. Politics is my WWF. Politics is my NBA, my NFL, all of that, right? So I told him that. So then he starts talking about, I can't stand that stuff. I said, yeah, I get it. I know a lot of people who, I used to live and breathe politics. They can't stand it, don't want to talk about it. I get that. I understand that. You know what I'm saying? Not a big deal. And he was just saying how, blah, 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 blah. And then somehow he gets around to, they always want to say Trump is racist. Oh, Lord. When that came out of his mouth, I already knew what was going to happen probably. I said, here we go. We're going down a rabbit hole I don't want to go. But this guy's taking me. So then so then he goes talking about that. He's like, yeah, with someone who shook hands with Rosa Parks, how can he be racist? And I didn't say anything, ladies and gentlemen. I just left because that's stupid. That's how stupid people are. That's how idiotic people are. Just because you shake hands with somebody, just because you're married to somebody, just because you have sex with somebody of the opposite race does not mean that you're not racist against that race. Please understand that. So even if Trump did shake hands with Rosa Parks, which I don't know to be true, really don't care, he's still a racist. Look at his ways and actions show him to be racist. The fact that he shook one famous black person's hand a long time ago, so what? Heck, if we're giving him points for that, we got to give him points for Kanye. We got to give him points for, I almost said Al Sharpton, not Al Sharpton. We got to give him points for Don King. So come on, and he don't get points for none of that. The guy is a stark raving man racist. We know this. So people, please stop being so stupid as to find little nuggets. But that's what some of these Trump supporters do. They look for little nuggets, little ways that they can feel better about voting for a guy that they know is a racist. So they're looking for ways to feel better, about their vote, to feel better about themselves. So then that little antidote makes them feel a little better. Well, he shook hands with Rosa Parks. How can a man who shake hands with Rosa Parks be racist? That is the most idiotic thing I've ever heard in my life. That's why I just got up and left, because I don't talk to brick walls, and I'm not going to talk to people who are so politically short-sighted, you know. And that's just me keeping it real, man. I'm gonna be honest, man. Most of these people always tell me they're supporting Trump. Usually don't know much about politics. They don't know much about policy. They don't know much about anything. Really, they just know they're supporting a racist, and then they want to give you all these reasons why it's anything but that. Anyway, moving on. Let me get into the meat of today. And really, I only got one, two things to talk about. My biggest thing to talk about is what? The State of the Union. If you missed it, go on YouTube after this video. Go on YouTube, put in State of the Union, boom, it'll pop right up. You'll see Joe Biden at his best doing what he do. You know what I'm saying? Old man was getting fresh, right? Check it out. State of the Union, he talked about everything. And I like how he went right in on stuff. He didn't tap dance around nothing. Trump, boom, went right in on him. Number one, Trump is an old man like he an old man. So, and he almost kind of said that, like, bro, we're both two old men. The only difference is that old man is crazy and I ain't. This old man, Joe Biden, this old man wants to move America forward. That old man wants to move America backwards. There it is. It just is what it is. So I like the way he drew that distinction off rip. He went in on abortion off rip. That was smart, because that right there is probably one of the things that's going to carry the Democratic Party to a victory in 2024. Women are mad. Women want their abortion. They want it in abundance, and they want it now, like it or not. So they coming out in droves and letting it be known that they want their abortion, right? And that's what Joe Biden said. He said they underestimated women that last election. But you see that they pushed us over the top and the left won, right? So we'll win again with these women. And he's right. That abortion's a hot button issue. People on the right running around everywhere, closing down abortion clinics and all that other madness. He ain't on that. So right there, that's going to endear a lot of women to Joe Biden, endear a lot of women to the left. They're going to get those votes. Went in on January 6th talking about it. These people are insurrectionists, right? These people are not patriots. None of that. These people are criminals, and they're getting their just desserts. A lot of them not really getting their just desserts, but they're getting something, some kind of accountability. Not the accountability that I and other people, I'm sure, think that they and know that they should be getting. Probably would be getting if they looked different. But anyway, keeping it real. Anyway, moving past that, they're getting some accountability, right? So there's that. I like how he brought that up. Told the GOP, he said, "How you? What you guys don't want another $1 trillion or $2 trillion tax cut?" That was funny. Made a little joke about it. And then the GOP, they all got to sit over there and tried to act, like a deer in headlights, like they didn't know what he was talking about. You know what you're talking about. Your boy who had the spot up here last time before I had it, y'all's boy, he blew a hole in the deficit with a $2 trillion tax cut for you and your rich buddies. Y'all trying to do that again? Then they don't want to say nothing because there it is, the State of the Union, and you right on stage in front of the American people, so you don't want to talk. Cat got your tongue. Cat had the GOP's tongue. They had nothing to say while they was in there. So he talked about he opened up with I like how when he came in and everybody was applauding and all that, and doing the applause out there, he said, "If I was smart, I'd leave right now." That was a hilarious joke because that's the biggest applause you're going to get all night, right? When you first come in there and they applauding really the office of the presidency and the regalia of the event, that's the biggest applause you're going to get, because after that, then you might get some boos or whatever, because now you got to bring the State of the Union, which Republicans were kind of salty because it's so good under the Democratic president. He talked about how he believes in hope in the future through diversity and people coming together. But others his age don't see it that way. So they are interested in resentment, revenge, and retribution. Woo! I love it. Resentment, revenge, and retribution. That was huge. That right there was a lovely piece of political athleticism. Why do I say that? Listen to those words right there. Resentment, revenge, and retribution. And that's what's up, right? Talk to anybody over 70, right? That's what they're interested in. They seem to have a lot of resentment. They want revenge and they want retribution. They want to go back to a simpler time, whatever that means. I like how he drew a contrast between him and every other old person on the planet, because he said that. He said, "I believe in the future. I believe in America being better through diversity." But he said, other people like me, my age, they don't agree with that. That's not what they feel. That was awesome right there. Because real spit, that was the distinction that he needed to draw. He needed to let some of these young people know that, hey, look, I am an old man. I'm an old white man. But I don't think like the majority of these old white men who y'all are listening to or who y'all are seeing talk. Okay? Some of them talk like me. Them is the ones I'm down with. I'm not on that. You know what I'm saying? And I like the fact he just put it right out there. I'm in my 80s, Trump in his 80s. The difference is he's a nut job. I'm not. I believe in bringing people together. He wants to pull them apart. You make the distinction. You make the difference. You make the choice, because he definitely made the distinction at the State of the Union. So hats off to Mr. Biden for that. But that was real right there. But those right there, them 3 words: resentment, revenge, and retribution. Unfortunately, a lot of the older people around here in America, it seems like that's what they're interested in, especially a lot of the older white folk. That's what they're interested in. They want to get back at the other side. They want to give it to the libs, even if it means that they come up short, even if it means some of the people on their side get hurt or die. We just want to give it to the libs, right? Stupid. Anyway, moving on. Last thing I'm going to talk about before I get up out of here, I'm going to talk about my IPA of the week, because it's a doozy. It's a good one. But before that, let's talk about some more sad stuff going on in this country. Asian crime. Who knew? Asian crime. 75% of Asians have started changing their behavior in public to avoid anti-Asian hate. Okay. People are always like, yeah, you can't blame Trump for everything. Can't blame him for everything. I blame him for this. The first time I heard that joke about the Kung Flu was from him. Come on now. That's the guy who put it in people's minds to be hating China. Now, you read a lot of articles now about how China's on the move and how they're coming after America, and how in a minute here there'll be a bigger and more powerful superpower and all of that good stuff or whatever. But you didn't see all this anti-Asian sentiment. You didn't see all this Asian hate until your boy Trump got up there and was trying to say, yeah, they're the ones to blame for the coronavirus. Yeah, they're the ones who did this. Their labs and all that. Da, 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 da. And there been some stuff to maybe lend some things towards that. Okay, right? I can't get into that right now in the show. Who has time? All right. But even with that said, even if that is the case and the truth, you still do not demonize a whole group of people. And this guy demonized all of the whole Asian community, you know, and that's what he did, right? And they have to live with that now. Now this anti-Asian sentiment is a real thing, and a lot of them got to fear for their lives because you got all these people on one because you may or may not. And that's what's sad too, because what? So now they're just mad at all Asians, and that's what's pathetic about racism. It's never specific. So now if you're any type of Asian, well, geez, Filipino, Korean, Burmese. I got a friend who's Burmese, and he got it. And yes, all of those people, ladies and gentlemen, have to wash their back, because racists ain't looking for a certain type of Asian. They just mad at any Asian because Trump told them to be. Welcome to politics, man. But that's sad. 75%. That's 3/4 of Asians. It's like all Asians now have changed the way that they act in public to seem less Asian. That's sad. That's sad. You know? All I can say with that is at least some of them have that option. My people don't even have that option. How do you seem less black? And I'm sure there was a time in the 50s and 60s, man, plenty of us was trying to seem less black. Ain't no way to do that. You know what I'm saying? No way to be less black. Right? So it's sad that now Asians, some of them are looking for ways to appear less Asian in public so that they don't get hurt or beat up. Welcome to America, man, but that is what it is. It's sad. We need to do better, ladies and gentlemen. With that said, last thing before I get up out of here, let's talk about my IPA of the week. This is a delicious one. This is Land Grant. Oh, you said that, Land Grant. And this is Hoptics. Hold up. Optics. The optics of Hoptics is, it's a delicious beer. It's a delicious looking can. You see it's got the pinks and the oranges in there and all that. It is, so let me see here. It is 6.7% alcohol by volume. It says it's got notes of berry, stone fruit, pine. Yeah, this is a good beer right here. We make beer for you. And I appreciate it, Land Grant. They said they make beer for me. Well, guess what? I'm drinking it and loving every sip. So if you got a little bit of money in your pocket, run on down to the store and get you a Hoptics. Get you Hoptics by Land Grant. That's a delicious beer. Ladies and gentlemen, that is my time. This is Urban Politics. I'm your humble host, Fizz and Music. I want to thank you all for liking and subscribing. Liking and subscribing as you do. Please, as soon as you have a chance, take a little self one over to YouTube. Like and subscribe. Fizz and Music, Urban Politics. And as always, ladies and gentlemen, see you around like a donut.